Generic greetings and welcome to Construction plus Prison Architect plus Alpha 20 episode 10. In the previous episode we started furnishing this area here, which is our nice mall. Actually, it's very nice actually. Very well received. So we have several areas which are in actuality just common rooms. That's what they are, right? But what they're supposed to represent are different stores. So this one is a television store. Then we have a bed and carpet warehouse. Then we have a pool table store, just, you know, sort of general entertainment store. We have a furniture store here. We have a DIY store, which sort of sells things like carpentry tables and such. We have a bookstore. We have a white goods stroke, you know, laundry, washing machine, sinks, that sort of thing, like a sort of DIY type B&Q, Focus, whatever your version is in whatever country you are at. And we have a telephone store with like a mobile phone store, which isn't a mobile phone, it's just hard lines, like sort of landlines, but you get the idea what we're going for here. We also had nice shopping trolleys outside, or baskets, or whatever you would like to call them. The problem is that they actually get moved to the laundry area, so they pretty much don't work. But I did try, I really did try. Obviously, there's several ways I could have got around that, but we just never got there, and I'm not really going to mess around with it too much anyway. So, in this episode, we will be putting something in the centre here, which I have a couple of ideas about, but we'll see what happens. And we're going to put in the car park here. That's pretty much what this episode will be, and this will be the last episode of this alpha, because there's nothing really else I can do. There's nothing I can do with this town really anymore. I know there's been several suggestions what we can add, but it's getting to be a performance hit. It's, you know, we're getting a couple of problems with that. It's fairly large. We've carried this on for nearly 2 months now, which is, it's about time I think we sort of switch over and do something new, and I don't know what the new Alpha 21 is going to bring, so hopefully it'll bring something that'll mix things up a bit and allow us to do something just a bit different, but we'll see, won't we? So, as you can see, the workmen are building this quite nicely. They've got a lot of things on their hands. They've got a lot of stuff to do. What I need to do is make sure that I'm not blowing the cables. No, I'm not. That's fine. I'm going to power up these saws. These are going to be saws that you can demonstrate to your potential customers, so we'll have them powered up. We also need to put some more in, so let's just go to the workshop press. I know we've got presses, so I'm going to put in another press probably there against the wall. Then we're going to put the remaining in as saws. We've got, hang on, have we got more in there? No, we'll put another carpentry table there. Put 3 carpentry tables in. Then we'll have some saws. So we'll have a saw there, and a saw there. And obviously we do need to power these up. As I mentioned, we do need to have these as working prototypes. That's right. working demonstrations for these people. Obviously, these ones are shouting for electricity and water. We can give them electricity, we just can't give them water, because to do that, I would have to run the water cable quite far. In fact, where, let's go a quick look here. We would have to run it from there, actually. So that's actually not that far, is it? We might as well do it. Might as well run the water pipe all the way along, and then it stops flashing about water and such, and it just stops it being a bit annoying. So we'll plumb these in like so, up to there. Plumb that in, and then plumb that in. There we go. That's all sorted. Right. So wait for the workmen to go ahead and do that. Like I said, this area here, we're going to have a car park, so we first need to mark it as such. Let's go to road. And obviously we need to put a bit of an entranceway in here, and we'll have it so it is, well, how wide is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it needs to be 5 with a pathway. So if we have the pathway there, and then we'll have the road starting here. So if we have it 5 by, it doesn't really matter to me. Actually, no, let's have it, don't need it. Cancel that. If we have it just 5 there, up to, say, about there maybe? Something like that. Yeah, I think that's about right. Then we'll obviously have the path going down. And what I'm going to do is make it so that the remaining, I want a path going down there. I need at least a gap of 3 path there. Then this will be our roadway. I mean, obviously, I'll section it off with different things so it makes it actually look like a road. But you understand that we're trying to just make it a bit different. We'll have little bays there for no reason. There we go. Right, so they're going to place all of this roadway. I also need to use our concrete tiles and just use it, pretty much put concrete tiles around the entire thing, like so. Is that the right? I think that's the right way. Like that. And all the way down there, using all the space that we can, which is against what I normally do, but hey, we'll do it. And then up to there, and then to there. We'll have another bit going like that there. And I think it'd be best to put this all the way around it. I don't know why, it just feels right putting this pathway all the way around the mall. So let's go ahead and do that to about there. Might as well also fill that up with pathway as well. And then any of these areas here that are grass, but you know, you can walk on them, but then right near this wall bit will cover in that as well. Right, there we go. That's going to take them about 17 days to sort that out. Let's just have a quick run down through the prison to see what we have. We have 118 prisoners of a maximum of 128, so I'm going to open up my intake. In fact, if I pause it for a moment, we should be able to get enough prisoners. Let's have a quick look. 8 AM. Let's open up low risk and medium risk because we got too much high risk. There we go. So we should be receiving prisoners in like 12 seconds. We have several families waiting to visit. We have 14,737 generic currency units, or generic credits, whichever term you prefer. I prefer the latter, but whatever. The fighting, I've just realised, that's something that's not going well. Yeah. Actually, I say the fighting. They were fighting, and now the fighting's stopped. I have no idea what's happening there, but it's good to know that these blocks are nice and safe, right? I mean, that's the whole point in them. You keep the dross in one area. I say dross. I don't know these people. I'm sure they're good people. Attempted murder, violent disorder. Okay, bad example. Attempted murder. Okay, bad example. I'm sure they're alright people. Burglary, armed robbery. Yeah, at least they're not going to be any murderers in here. Grievous bodily harm, assault, perjury. So we've got no murderers. That's okay. Look, they're all attempted murder. They're so bad at it, they can't even do a murder properly, which is actually a good thing when you think about it. Anyway, so how are they doing this? They are doing it in whatever way they wish, as they normally do. There's also a guy stuck there. That's also object_food waste, which I've never seen before. Getting cooked on this cooker here. Apparently that is this is definitely a demonstratable area because they're actually using the bloody thing. Whatever. Right, so as you can see, they're putting all this in. The reason I've left this bit of gap here, that's a bit, well, this bit gap, I'm going to put grass in it up to there, which I'm not actually because I've just run out of money for some reason. Totally run out of cash. Totally run out of cash and funds. Looks like our danger level's increasing. Let's just see what they're shouting about. Let's go to our needs. Yeah, needs, and they're shouting about food. They're wanting food apparently. And I don't know why they're shouting about food, because we have lots of food. Although we might not have enough chefs. Although what I think's happened is that the chefs are going between one area and the other. They're messing around. They're not. No, I mean, I think that's one chef working in there. There's two chefs working there. They're not working, or they're all working there, or pretty much all working there. Also, they're running down into here, and they tend to use these. Actually, no, they're not using them because they're unplugged, but they are definitely using these ones here because I've seen it in the last episode as well as the one now. So, yeah, problematic, isn't it? I don't know what the solution is. The solution is probably to not do it in the first place, but I just like it. I like the idea of having it so. And sometimes you just say, no, it should work like this, so I'm just going to sit around and make sure it does. No, they're all cooking on it. I don't care that that's breaking it. Just forget it. Just ignore it. Right, anyway, apparently that sea's called yard, and this bit of water is called garbage. Just saying. Yeah, this is Ank, and that's more pork. No, that's two different. That's the Twin Cities. No, this is the garbage lake, and that's the yard lake. Don't know why. Maybe this one's just full of trash, and that one is where people park the cars. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. Anyway, this area here, this is where we have insufficient funds again for me to do nothing. So I'll just sit. Got nothing else to do. Now I need to make all of this grass and then put the walkways around so they can sit there. Danger level is going down a lot. As you can see, we've got 41 prisoners say they're well treated. 29 prisoners have serious complaints. That's the food. 24 prisoners well fed, 15 prisoners suppressed compliant, and 4 armed guards are in service. So obviously they're going, oh, fair enough, don't like that. Let's check our grading for a moment. Our reoffending rate's gone down to 28%, which is quite good. We can see that we have a prison value of 760,000, which is not bad, over 3/4 mil, so that's okay. And we can have a quick look at our Valuation, just to see. Starting grants paid off, blah, blah, blah. No escapes, no murders, at least in the past 24 hours, and none at all anywhere. And that's fine. Excellent. So pretty much it's all working, which is what it was supposed to do in the first place. Had a couple of problems because obviously we've got multiple of pretty much everything in this place. Certain things we haven't, like we've only got one workshop, even though we do have the workshop saws and presses up there, which I have a feeling they will start. Yes, look, they're taking this stuff to it. I thought that might happen. But yes, we have multiple things in the game. We have several yards. We've got yard there, 1, 2, 3, 4 yards there, one in the center. So we got a lot of yard. This is where we keep our just generic, just rubbish piles. Where's he going? Says he needs a poo. Don't be using the toilet in the junkyard. He's not going to use the toilet in the junkyard. You cannot use the toilet in the junkyard. Oh, now I've seen everything. No, I have officially seen everything Prison Architect has to offer. That's it. That's the end of. That's the last thing I'm ever going to do with Prison Architect now. End of the series. End of the entire thing. Nearly a year, probably a year and a half of me doing this game now on the channel. We're never going to see it again. We're just going to close it down. Last episode, last of the series, never to be shown again. There's nothing that can beat that now. We're never going to see, right, an unplumbed toilet in a garbage junkyard thing, in what a guy walk in with a full bladder, full bowel, come there, have a dump in a toilet that isn't even plumbed in an area that's, let's be honest, full of shit anyway. He has to walk through several areas instead of just going to his own toilet. I mean, he's got every single one of these cells, every single one has got a separate toilet, right? It's a requirement of the game. So why did he feel the need to go into a junkyard and have a dump? Maybe this is why he's in prison. Maybe he's committed a crime of such as, what, public urination or something? I have no idea. Oh, good grief. Some of these bugs are fun. That's finished. That's quite good. Right, anyway, let's get on with the building. Grass, we'll put grass down here. There we go. There's that grass lid. We'll come up here. I don't have enough grass to do this, so I'll do a bit of it. There, we'll do that little bit. And we'll wait. I need to receive some more money. Why am I only receiving 5,243 generic credits now? I don't understand. We should be receiving a lot more than that. I don't know. I don't know why we're not receiving more than that. We're receiving loads more. I have no idea. That's just a bit weird. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I do have to wait for funds, though. Only 146 hours. Yeah, we'll never get that thing. Obviously, we've got people working in this area here. As you can see, we've got some carpenters, a couple of good carpenters. Most people are just chopping stuff up or pressing things. It's all working quite nicely. Got wood being brought in. There's Ryan again, the drug fiend, actually using the saw to, I don't know what he's doing something or other. Probably cutting up drugs on his saw. I don't know how big the drugs have to be cut up on like a 24-inch circular saw on a desk, but you know, who knows. Right, that guy's been found with cigs, which I don't believe is a crime, unless there's some sort of wacky-backy. I have no idea. That person's been escorted by the look of it. No, he's just trying to barge past him. That looks like public urination, although to be fair, if it was green, then maybe you should see a doctor. Speaking of doctor, we do have one. We've got the infirmary here, but these two doctors have got nothing else to do. I don't think I've ever had a patient. Oh no, they might have had a patient, actually, now that I think of it. They might have had a patient. Yeah, we did have a couple of times, like, you know, a bit now and again where it was a bit violent, so yeah, maybe they have had a patient. Anyway, I'm just going to go to our objects and check how much the CCTV cameras are. 200 each. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put in CCTV for pretty much all of these areas, I think, although I don't know where to put them. I think just there, and there would probably do. I'd need to put one there as well, but I just don't have the money, and the cash flow is actually going down rather than up. I should probably change my meal schedule, because at the moment it's just all sort of high. It's all sort of, you get as much as you want. You get as much as you want, and you get good quality and like stuff. So yeah, let me just see how many workmen do I have. 30. We don't need that many. There we go. Now we've got half that amount. That's fine. We have a lot of other staff though. a lot of other staff. We probably don't need that many janitors. Most of them are just wandering around. Although, to be fair, no, we probably need the 6 janitors. And how many have we got? How many of these gardeners have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 gardeners. Okay, we probably don't need 2 doctors either. So, but it makes sense with it being the town, so we'll just keep it as is. Right. Go back to the utilities here. We're going to shove in this CCTV camera there. So that should be all of the CCTV in here. Not really going to bother with having them in each individual room. At least I don't think. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to put them in each individual room. Each individual store, rather. Although I've run out of cash again, which is problematic. Don't know why we're not receiving the money that we were before. Not too sure why. But let's have a quick look. Can we check? Let's have a quick look here. Guard wages, administration wages, staff wages, food is a lot. Program reform, reform programs is a fair amount. Exports was good. Corporation tax of 1% because we've got our offshore tax haven. Not too sure. Not too sure. I mean, we've got more prisons than we had last time, so it's just a bit weird. I think that'll probably go up or down based on this, probably. Yeah, based on your exports. So we probably had a good day of exporting things. That's probably what's happened. Yeah, we probably had a good day of exporting things. We should really get rid of all of these stacks here. Dump the license plates and the metal and stuff. We don't need it. We actually want to use all the wood. But, yeah, whatever. Speaking of using all the wood, I should probably sell a lot of it. Let's just go to our materials. Sorry, objects, rather. Sell object. Sell all of them and sell all of that chopped wood there. Now we have 25 grand and we can get on with actually playing the game. Right, so back to our objects, CCTV. Then we'll put in the CCTV cameras like so. That's all of the CCTV cameras put in. We'll put some on the outside as well. I think there and there. Don't think we need any more than that. We're not going to put some around there. Right, we'll also go to our objects and to our trees. I'm going to put some trees around this entrance just to make it look a little bit better. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Right, so this is the car park. It's going to go in. You can park up. Now, if I want, I can put in individual bays. And how would I do that? I would have to line it off with white markings. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. To actually do this entire thing with gravel or try to mess around with it, it's just going to take too long. So I think we'll leave it. What I am going to do, however, is probably concrete tile over there and make it a double walkway because it doesn't really sit well with me the way it is. I'm also going to tile over there as well because I just don't think that works. Right, we need to, for obvious reasons, open up this thing because at the moment it is just a little bit too small. So we'll open that up. We'll have 2 large doors here. That slid the wrong way, which is problematic, so we will have to dismantle that. Just hoping this one slides down. Come on, slide down. That one slides down. There we go. So I need to change this one so it slides up. Hang on. Jail door, and we'll put that in there. Please slide up. Come on. I wish it was an arrow showing you which way it would move. Today's beverage is a lemon tea. So, are they going to put that in? Anytime they want. It's okay with me. Nope, they're going to pick up rubbish. Nope, he's going to take that away. Fine, whatever. Right, utilities. We need to power these things up. These cameras out here, so we'll just do that. There's them powered up nicely. Excellent. We'll have this single door here, I think. We'll just put, for whatever reason, we'll just put a jail door there. Hang on. Jail door. Once it auto-saves in the middle of it. Come on. Come on, in your own time. In your own time. I haven't got anything to do. Nothing else to do apart from wait for you to save. Nothing else. There we go. So we'll put that there. Job done. That's the front of the mall. So we need something in the centre. Now, what could we have? Well, a couple of people said we should have different little kiosks and such. We should have an eatery. We should have a place where they can sit down. I think we'll definitely have a place they can sit down. We're going to put benches on the outside. Oh, sorry, just benches on the outside. And the reason for that is, you know, when I don't know, for example, the guys in here looking at all of the tools, the the wife is going to be sitting outside. The wife or the girlfriend will be sitting outside. I'm just stereotyping here, but assuming that was like a shoe shop, you always get like the father or the husband or the, you know, basically sitting outside going, I've been here 6 hours, I just want to go home. And then it's the other way around for things like the games area, and it's like, oh yes, okay. I'm just stereotyping, but you know, it's funny nonetheless. Let me just force these open here. Force all of these doors open. Hang on. Force that one open as well. There we go. So they're all open. Mall's open for business, even though it's under construction, but whatever. Right. Let me put just outside of each one of these a bench like so. Now we do have to make it a little bit different for them, but it's going to be that, and that works quite well. Now gap of 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have it there. Then we'll have it like that, all the way along. This is the I'm sick and I want to go home bench, and I think we'll leave it like that. So there's all the benches all the way around. So that serves a double function because it means they can actually sit on it as well. What we'll also do is go to rooms and to our common room. What I mean by the bench serves as a double function, it's not just aesthetic, you know, just for aesthetic purposes. I'm going to make this common room as well in the center, so you know they will actually come and sit on it. So it might, you know, give them something to do. In fact, trailing around here to do all of the things that they could do, they probably want to sit down. So anyway, I need to just go to common room. Just find the common room, and we'll designate all of this as common room. There we go. Danger level is increasing once more. What I need to do is actually go to prisoner and close the intake, I think, because we've got more than enough. Yes, we do. I couldn't receive another amount, so that's fine. That's passed because it's indoors, but it's still shouting at us, out at me. There we go. Danger level is still increasing, probably to dangerous levels, actually. Let's have a quick look. We need to check our... I can't find the thing. Needs. It's the food again. Problem with the food. Looks like it's gone down now. Anyway. Right. At least it's not going up any further. We've had a couple of bits of violence, which is... Actually, which worked out quite well, because the bits of violence that we've had are not, like, real major... Oh, good grief. Come on. Stop. Yeah, you're tired because you're pissing about. Right. Yeah, we've had... The people have been ripping the clothes up. Look, 81% damage uniform. They've just torn the arms off. Get off. Anyway. Yeah, we've had a bit of violence around the thing, and it's worked as intended, as in, the, you know, the guards that went over there, they've took the people out, done all of the things, etc. Went, oh yes, you've been violent, you've been naughty, you got the cell for, you know, a couple of hours or whatever, and it seemed to have worked. In fact, there's several times that I've just not noticed it, which is sort of a bit of a testament to how much it's sort of working, but you know, that's a good thing. Right, let us just figure out what we're going to put in the center. So someone actually mentioned putting some electric chairs here, and I don't think that would be a great idea, because if they were sick they'd probably just do themselves in. But I think the best thing to do would be just to have, I don't know whether to have tables in the middle or something. I don't know exactly what to put. I think maybe putting some tables just down the center like that is probably going to work. That guy's just been found out. He's just went in there and nicked something from the store. Oh, and now he's probably crapping himself because someone's going to come along and they're going to book him. Right, there's this round thing around the center there. I don't know what else I can put in the common room. I checked out I was going to do like a bit of a homage to this thing. That thing over there, that nice sort of statue area in the center, but didn't look like it was going to work, mainly because I couldn't spin it around. So we'll leave it as just chairs. We'll just have it functional. Oh look, there's people coming along to use the common room. Great. Right. Hang on, they're not using this, are they? Oh my good grief, they are using this. Okay, that's definitely something that's being demonstrated. Let me just go to deployment and to guard patrol. We're going to have a guard patrol the entire area here. Like so. We'll assign a guard to it. Obviously not armed police or anything like that. But we do... Do we have sniffer dogs in the mall? No, I don't think we will. I don't think we will at all. I think we'll just leave it as is. But yeah, this car park. I was going to section it off with little bays, but I just think... Well, one, it's not really big enough. I mean, when you consider the size of that wagon, this probably isn't big enough for even 30 cars. Even 30 cars would probably be too many to fill it. So I think just leaving it like that is going to have to do. We do need some lights in it, but it's okay. I'll put some chairs on the outside though, just to make it a bit less empty and such. Actually, what I can do, cancel that, we'll put, is if you basically get like taxi rank. So if you need to call a taxi or a cab, then you can sit there and you can wait, and this is where you can wait to get picked up. Seems like a good idea. Right, let me put some more of these benches in. I think that should do. Put a table in like that. And then maybe we'll put a couple of bins outside as well. Don't know where though. No, I'm not happy with putting them in there. Look a bit silly, I think. So we'll probably leave that as is. Right, it actually looks like it is pretty much done. I don't really know what else I can do this. So, let's just have a quick rundown of the entire thing. So, starting from the top left, this is the first thing that we made. This was Alpha 19's work. So, we have the forestry at the top left, which is the thing that supplies our workshop. As you can see, the workshop has several people working in it. We've got people working on the carpenter's tables, because we have nice, skilled, trained workforce, the carpenters. We've got obviously these other people as well, which are the backbone of the entire factory, cutting up the logs and such, and also using steel and making license plates when times are a bit hard and we don't have enough wood. To the left of that, we have our kennel with the armory and the fairly large, and apparently what the hell is going on? Ah, they're going to clean. That's what's going on. The fairly large, like sort of jailhouse. I know it wouldn't be a jailhouse. It's sort of like a sheriff's area, I guess, because, or just a police station. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Police station, we have the chief's office, we have our security cameras, front desk for the police station, like a holding cell here, and then we have all the individual cells at the back as well. To the left of that, we have our laundry and cleaning cupboard areas, so these are basically the maintenance areas for the entire town. Down the bottom here, we have our sort of really nice, I guess it's like quite nice apartment buildings. Each apartment has television in it, which I don't think they use, but it has a toilet, shower, beds, etc. And it's laid out quite nicely. It's quite efficient for what it gives us. Further to the right, we have our common room, which is sort of a gym and a recreational area. That isn't tiled. I knew there's bits that'd be missing out. We'll go to materials and we'll just tile that. If I can find the fancy tiles, there we go. Mosaic tiles, rather. Right, so yes, this is where we have, obviously, televisions, where they can come and have a quick watch of telly. We've also got our pool tables and such, like a pool hall, phone booth, just like, say, general recreation area. Got our gym with the shower area down there as well. Further up, we have our classroom, which is supposed to represent our town hall stroke theatre, and obviously it's being used quite a lot. You can see via our programs that there's been several people past different programs, loads of programs, so kitchen, health and safety. 69 have finished and 51 have passed. That's a lot of people have went through that, so that's been used a lot. We have our infirmary, which is, you do need one, but luckily we don't have to use it. You need one, but luckily it's not being used. We have our junkyard, which was originally where we had several different buildings. We had our, well, I think it was our mayor was there, our warden and such. They were all around here, but we've moved all that, and because of a couple of glitches, I know that this wall could be removed. People have even sent me save files with it and tweeted me with it that they've removed the wall. And I knew you could remove the wall. All you need to do is just go into the save file and delete it. But we made it into a feature and made this into a nice junkyard, which has turned out very well because it's now the garbage. Up from that, we have our storage, we have our exports and delivery, as well as a security area. Basically, this is a checkpoint for the entire town. I don't think towns really have a checkpoint, you understand, but it's their storage area, which doesn't really have, well, I guess it's all towns have some sort of storage for, like, the council and such. But anyway, that's there. It's something you need for the game, obviously. We have our restaurant, which is quite nice. It's probably 3-star Michelin from, Ramsey. He's probably running it. It's called the Effin' Kitchen, and it's quite nice. It works quite well. Looks like people are getting fed. We have nice toilets off to the side with some sinks that, for some reason, the chef seems to use more than these ones, even though these ones are closer, but whatever. We have the back alley down there with all of the bins as well. Fairly large yard up the top, which has got benches in, which people do seem to congregate around, but since there's so many yards everywhere, it doesn't get used that much. But it's a nice quiet park, some place you can take the kids on the weekend. We have our staff room on the right, which again is something that you definitely just need in Prison Architect. This is something that doesn't have a path going to it, so I'm going to resolve that by doing that. That's our sort of utilities and power area. So we have 2 power stations in here. We have 4 total in the entire prison. That teacher is really glitching out. We have the capacitors all the way around. We have like a little front desk. We can actually switch power off by these 2 here. To be fair, we can switch it off from the power stations, but you know, it's just sort of, it just looks good. We also have our water pump as well. We have our morgue, which again is something you do need, but thankfully something we have not used. On the far right here, this is something we started building with Alpha 20. We have our fairly large blocks, or tower blocks, whatever you would like to call them. I thought they'd just call them blocks because it sort of sounds a bit dready. And inside each one we have the bed, a toilet, and a shower area, and that's every single one. Bit violent, especially this one for some reason. This one has seen quite a bit of violence, but you know, that's all part of the cost, especially when you're crowding a lot of high-risk prisoners into one area and then not really feeding them properly, even though we do have a canteen and a kitchen right here, which, to be fair, maybe that's saying something. You know, they were basically writing because of lack of food and because of the problems with the food. This was built, after all, to be a fast food restaurant. So maybe there's some sort of maybe there's something to take out of that. The fast food restaurant not exactly feeding them as well as it could be, or as well as it should. Now we have our, well, I'm very happy with this. This is it's a yard, but it's actually where we have our nice statue to the town, which is 4 electric chairs surrounded by sprinklers and lights. I can't imagine at any point that would go well. Sprinklers firing water everywhere with electric chairs. Yeah, that's not very good. Obviously, we've got some trees just accenting the entire path that goes around it. At either side, we have these nice houses. So each house has actually have 2 cells in it. Obviously, things like the office desk and chairs, that's supposed to be a computer. It doesn't do anything in the game, you understand, but it just looks quite good. Obviously, we've got cells. And we have our showers in each one. That one has a shower, this one doesn't have one, but the cells are there. Obviously, they've got a yard in between them as a sort of communal garden type thing, which is quite good. Further down, we have our other yard, which is sort of Muscle Beach, which people tend to use. Office here, which is a little stand that can buy, you know, magazines or things or from it. Then go buy a deck chair or a volleyball, whatever they want. A fairly large sort of tree area for no other reason that it keeps the mayor away from everybody, or he doesn't have to look at the people, moreover. Again, another staff room in the centre there. The accountant's office there. We have the warden's office over there. Yeah, mayor stroke warden. Them terms are interchangeable in this whole design. We have our CCTV area down here, which is supposed to be CCTV for that, but in reality it's a fully connected system. We have this, which is our power station, which, if we have a quick look at our utilities, the only thing it powers is that camera there, and that. That's our electric chair fountain thing. So not only can he turn the electric chairs on, it's only him that can do it. So it's a bit worrying, really. Then we have, again, another sort of wild area down the back, a couple of acres out the back for him to, again, separate himself from the rest of the world. Then we have our newly built mall, which has its own power supply because it's so bloody large. Several different rooms which you've ran through, so they all sell different things, they all represent different things, and some of them are actually functional. As you can see, that's actually getting used. That's that wood there, that carpenter table's getting used. All of these are getting, you know, most of these are getting used. They will probably use the pool tables and the televisions and such. Then we've got a fairly large parking lot out the front, which doesn't do anything, it's just a parking lot. And then on the left, sadly, this area that we were going to turn into some sort of, like, I don't know, getaway for people with different nice sort of like chalets and such, but sadly we can't because of the way it works, because I need to put a fence around there, and it's only a 2-gap wide, and you can't cross water at this particular point, and I didn't want to expand it further. And obviously separating everything is this fairly large area of water. Let me just go to our materials and then grass, and then we'll just designate all that there as grass, and we'll finish this off with the gravel, I believe. There we go. Right, I believe that is pretty much it. There's nothing else really to do with this thing. I'm going to leave it there, and yeah, this is probably the most successful, most well-received, and best-looking prison I have ever made. Don't know whether that's just, you know, a case of enough time, a case of sort of, you know, enough monkeys, enough typewriters, and enough time to create something good. I mean, this is, after all, I've been playing this over a year on the channel, so maybe eventually I was going to hit on something good, right? But obviously lots of feedback from people who are watching, so if you've been leaving feedback, and thank you very much for that, that's definitely helped us a lot in this entire thing. Links are in the description for the game as always, and the save file. I'm obviously releasing the save file like I did with the previous one. I am not going to go any further with this. I'm not going to expand the town any further. We might get on to do a Fight Club episode. I think that's pretty much inevitable, isn't it? We need to do a Fight Club episode in this thing, although I have a feeling it will completely break the game with all the prisoners writing in this. Although, to be fair, last time I tried to do it, they wouldn't, because of how happy they were and how fast and responsive the guard stroke police were. So we'll see what happens with that. As I said, links in the description for the save file. Feel free to do whatever you want with it. Share it with other people, upload it to Steam Workshop, blow it up, add things for yourself, make changes, do whatever you would like. My only request is that if you do share it, please credit me as the original designer and give a link to my YouTube channel in the description, or the README, whatever you provide with it. So there you go. I'm just going to go to the garbage and just extend it down to there, because oh, good grief. Why are these two people using the toilets there? Right, we're leaving it there. It's ended. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. Good grief, why do people go for a shit in the junkyard?